The digital world moves at the speed of outrage. In June 2025, Texas rapper That Mexican OT, real name Virgil Rene Gazga, appeared on Angela Yee's Lip Service podcast and reignited a painful debate in American culture. When asked about his use of the N-word, he didn't apologize. He doubled down, sparking a viral firestorm, and I highly suggest that he watches his damn mouth before his face gets broken. The timing, just after Juneteenth, made his comment sting even more for many. This wasn't just another celebrity misstep. It was a public reckoning with a word rooted in centuries of pain. The incident forced a conversation about cultural boundaries, allyship, and the unshakable weight of a single word in hip-hop. This video unpacks what was said, why it matters, and why some lines in culture are not meant to be crossed. On the podcast, That Mexican OT defended his use of the N-word, claiming his upbringing among black friends gave him the right, and so-called black friends are coons because I knew other races of people that grew up around black people and they are never even said it. He argued, I grew up loving, fighting, and eating with them, as if shared struggle erased boundaries, and as if we care. Like he can't get his ass kicked him and his flunkies. He compared it to earning the lion's head in the jungle, a metaphor many found arrogant and offensive. Critics pointed out, blackness isn't a jungle and the N-word isn't a trophy. He tried to link black and Mexican histories, saying, we from the same boat, crudely flattening the unique trauma of Black America. The N-word's history is specific to anti-black violence and American slavery. No other group shares that legacy. His argument was about proximity, not understanding. Being close to a culture doesn't mean you own it. For many, his defense sounded less like unity and more like entitlement. The backlash was swift and fierce, even though it should have been a blow to his jaw. The black community's response was immediate and unified. Proximity is not a pass. Social media erupted, with thousands condemning both the rapper and the podcast host for their silence. Texas rapper Monaleo summed it up, if you not black, don't say nga. Shame on anybody condoning it. The outrage wasn't just about language, it was about respect. Many criticized the hosts for not challenging him, calling silence a form of complicity. And then certain people tried to shift the blame on black men. That guy isn't around regular brothers like that. He's a famous celebrity. He's probably around his yes men and clowns in the entertainment industry. The expectation, if you have a platform, you have a responsibility to defend boundaries. Listeners dismantled his analogies, pointing out that true respect means not using a word that wounds. The message, love for a community, is shown by honoring its pain, not ignoring it. The N-word is more than an insult. It's a word forged in slavery, violence, and dehumanization. Used by slave owners and segregationists, it was a tool to strip black people of their humanity. Its legacy continued through Jim Crow, lynchings, and everyday racism. The word's reclamation by black people, changing to a, was an act of survival and solidarity, not an open invitation. For outsiders, the word remains a weapon, no matter the intent. Non-black use of the word ignores the pain and history it carries. Reclamation is an internal process, a way for black people to subvert trauma. Outsiders using it trivialize that process and reopen wounds. Some boundaries exist for a reason, to protect, not exclude. The N-word is one of those boundaries, and he need to be checked just like Fat Joe, and I'm fairly certain he's not in any physical shape to do any type of combat. And if he wants to take it to firearm play, I know me and plenty of others who are willing to sling that iron, so to speak. At the heart of this controversy is a simple truth. Proximity is not permission. That Mexican OT's defense is common. If you're close to black culture, you can use its language. But appreciation is not ownership, and shared struggle doesn't erase unique histories. Some argue that multicultural America means sharing everything, but the N-word is an exception. Its reclamation is a protective act. not a sign of open access. Intent doesn't erase impact. The pain is embedded in the word's history. To insist on using it is to put your comfort above someone else's pain. That's not allyship, it's disrespect. The debate isn't about gatekeeping, it's about honoring lived experience. True respect means knowing when to listen, not just participate. I've had to check people in the military for that. I don't even say the N-word anymore because I grew up. The silence of the podcast hosts became its own controversy. From my understanding, it was on the Angela Yee podcast, and I'm just gonna say it point blank. She and most of the women on that show are hit-the-wall prostitutes, not to say anything wrong with that, except not when knowing to bow out and to stop trying to do anything for attention. Many viewers saw it as complicity, raising questions about who is responsible for challenging disrespect in real time. Some argued it's unfair to expect black women to always educate others, especially in public. Others felt silence on a black-hosted platform was a missed opportunity to set boundaries. The debate revealed the emotional labor expected of black people and the power of platforms to shape culture. Meanwhile, many Hispanic voices condemned that Mexican OT, showing the opposition wasn't just from the black community. True allyship means holding your own accountable, not leaving the burden to those most affected. Solidarity is active, not passive. That Mexican OT incident is a lesson in the difference between participation and allyship. Enjoying hip-hop is easy. Respecting its roots is harder. True allyship means listening, learning, and honoring boundaries born from pain. Accountability starts with sincere apology and a willingness to do better, not just PR spin. Platforms and industry leaders must challenge disrespect, not amplify it. The right question isn't, why can't I say it? But why does this word matter so much? These people don't realize freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences. Empathy, not entitlement, is the path forward. Hip-hop's power comes from its history. Honoring that means respecting the community that created it. True solidarity is found in respect, not imitation.